Good, and welcome to the 128th Norwood Day Parade. I'm Jane Grody.
And I am Donna Lake, and we are so happy to be back this year. You know, and a Norwood Day Parade has never been rained out. It's never been canceled because of weather. What did it take to cancel the parade last year, Jane?
It took a pandemic that took over the world.
So hopefully we're on the downside of that. I'm going to make a shameless plug. If you haven't been vaccinated, go get vaccinated. It's not that bad. Yeah, agree. We need to get this under control. We need to get those kids back at school and have them healthy. So we're just so happy to be here. Because of the COVID and everything that we all went through, the theme of this year's parade is honoring our brave healthcare workers. And so you're going to see the Grand Marshal and some of the people with that Grand Marshal are part of that theme. But we should probably introduce our parade judges first, Jane. You want to go first?
Right. We have Megan Baldwin, who's the Rookwood Nursing Manager at Mercy Health Rookwood Medical Center. Megan Baldwin.
Next is Stephanie Browning. She's an RN clinical coordinator for Mercy Health Rookwood Medical Center.
And then we have Lauren Reynolds, business development coordinator at the HGC Group of Companies.
And our last judge is Stephanie Downs, executive assistant to Tom Shepard and community engagement director at Shepard Material Science. Yeah, give them a hand.
These are the people that have the unenviable job of judging the entries and awarding the prizes, the trophies that have been given out to best floats, best musical entries, a number of them, because as everyone knows, this parade is one of the oldest parades in Hamilton County and has one of the longest parades. I think we usually go about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't think anybody other than maybe the Harvest Home Parade has been in existence as long as we have and has been in as long a parade as we have. And so we're just so happy to be back, not only for the parade, but for Norwood Day tomorrow at Coney Island. It's a little different. It's pools, but some really exciting stuff up at the swimming pools. So if you're listening to this live, tomorrow, July 28th, is Norwood Day. Feel free to come up. Tickets are only $15 for adults, 8 and older, $10 for children 2 to 7, and the little ones under 2 are free. We're having the baby show, we're having bingo, we're having kids games, we're having a cornhole tournament.
Combination raffle.
And a special basket raffle, too, with some pretty...
We've got some nice prizes. We got, like, teeth whitening. We have 50 units of Botox. Not that you and I need that, but boys' bike, girls' bike, some cash, TV. So there's all kinds of good prizes. I was up at Coney today making sure things were set up, and it looks like the pool is a pretty fun place. There's a obstacle course for probably kids. I don't know that I would do it, but an obstacle course. And then there's something called Action Alley where there are jumpy, bouncy houses and papa shots and things like that for kids to do. This parade is sponsored by the Norwood Chamber of Commerce. We're so happy that they did the parade again this year, and they've coordinated all of this, and thanks to all the people who entered. We have about 100 entries, I think, with the Shriners, and the Shriners are back, so let's give them a big round of applause.
So here we are in front of City Hall. The parade started about a mile away, but they're now starting to approach our reviewing stand, and the traditional start of our parade is from the American Legion Post 123, with our brave veterans marching, bringing in the flag and the colors of the city and of our United States. And there have always been the beginning of our parade, and we welcome the members of the American Legion Post, the Leland Post, I believe.
Yeah, Leland Barnett Post 123. And this year, Everett Green is the commander. He is new this year. He wants to invite all veterans and families to join in their mission to serve the community through unity. And they and the Victory Park veterans are the ones who maintain the memorial up at Victory Park and the tank and the walk of freedom. So
Well, we certainly salute our veterans. They've done a wonderful job, and we appreciate their service to our community and to our United States. So let's have a round of applause for the veterans.
You know, the post is just right up north a little bit, up on Montgomery Road in the old Oddfellows building. So any veterans out there, make contact with them. Ring the doorbell. They'd love to have you.
And then also traditionally, the veterans are followed by our own service members, the Norwood Police Department Color Guard, and also by our brave firefighters. You know, we're talking about our brave healthcare workers. Well, certainly our police and fire have been healthcare workers during this pandemic that's been going on. So,
the 2020 Knights of Columbus Blue Coat Award winner was Officer Maggie Caskey. She's in the lead car. And then the color guard is 3 to 5 officers. And then we have the K-9 team of Officer Ryan Ramos and Bo. And my understanding, Bo has been very busy catching bad guys. So we're very grateful for him.
Following them is the Norwood Fire Department. Again, these are people who have certainly been on the front lines during the COVID crisis.
Their jobs didn't stop. They still had to respond to fires. They still had to respond to all of our medical emergencies. And they didn't miss a beat. And we are so thankful for them.
We're seeing now our current fire equipment, ladder number 82. But if you look behind them, you'll see some historical firefighting equipment. There are 2 Aaron Fox Firefight engines. The first is a 1920 model, JM4, which was purchased new by Norwood. It was last used in 1956. Its original paint, it has its original painted decorations and has been restored to us. The second one is the 1924 NSA, which was also purchased new by Norwood. It last saw service in 1974. I think I was around when they had that last one.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's Mr. Shepard up there. Thank you,
certainly-
Mr. Shepard. Yay. And next comes our Grand Marshal, Dr. Frank Perino and the Norwood Health Department. Dr. Perino is a board-certified family medicine physician, and he went to Ohio State, OH.
And you know, usually our Grand Marshal's in a nice convertible, but Dr. Perino likes to walk, so he's walking along for us. And he's followed by other members of the health department.
We got Dr. Perino's the medical director. Brian Williamson is the health commissioner.
And driving there we have Jim Shelby, the housing inspector, and they're followed by a new group here, the Keep Norwood Cool contingent that have working with the health department as part of a grant. It's creating a climate-friendly Norwood block by block. Their participatory mapping to keep Norwood cool brings citizen science to Norwood residents, young and old, to map and understand the microclimates in Norwood. They also have a survey. If you have a chance, go on to the health department or the Norwood website and take part of this survey.
And they're followed by Mayor Victor Schneider and his lovely bride, Debbie.
Again, we have a car, but Mayor Schneider likes to walk, and so does Debbie, and a lot of his family members are there.
And what you might not know is the mayor is actually president of the Board of Health. So he's worked with them throughout the pandemic. He's been just a strong advocate for all the work that the City of Norwood Health Department does every day.
And they're followed by the people we were talking about. We talked about the Chamber of Commerce sponsors the parade, but Norwood Day at Coney is sponsored by the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club. So they're the ones that profit from the Norwood Day is a fundraiser for Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club to help pay for scholarships that go to Norwood students.
Dan Romanello is driving that convertible with Kay Stevens. She's the co-chair for Norwood Day. And then two of our scholarship winners, Tia Winbush and Brianna Ranshaw.
And besides Norwood Day, which occurs in summer, the businesswomen are also involved with Norwood Christmas Town. Now, that's still about 5 months away, and we could use some of that cool weather. But keep the first Saturday in December is Norwood Christmas Day Town.
And next, we'd like to honor our platinum sponsors, the HCG group of companies that consist of HCG Construction, SSRG, Stanton Millworks, Stewart Ironworks, and Trade 31. They provide a lot of construction services. There are 5 companies under one roof with a great depth of experience, knowledge, and self-performance for their clients. They are the folks who are renovating the U.S. Playing Card Company redevelopment named Factory 52.
And then another gold sponsor, Matlock Electric, coming by. And now we have the Norwood High School Marching Band. They're led by their drum majors, Carson Dallas and Hannah Brandenburg.
And we have a new band director, Jacob Lee. Welcome, Mr. Lee. We look forward to your performances this year.
We appreciate the band coming out on their summer vacation. They're followed by some of I believe that's the Norwood soccer team that's coming by.
They're giving kids an opportunity to make a goal as they walk down Montgomery Road.
You know, with the Olympics going on, soccer has certainly become an interest of mine. And so someday we may see some of these kids playing in the Olympic.
And here's some seniors.
And speaking of seniors, we have the Norwood High School Alumni Association. And they're out in strong amounts.
I see so many people from Norwood schools. Tina Akers, Mr. Gabbard, all these principals here. So happy to see you guys all out. The schools, high school, middle school, Sharpsburg, Norwood View, Williams Avenue, Norwood Preschool, and Norwood Virtual Program.
We see members of the football teams. Wishing you a very successful season.
There's Emily. She runs the athletic department. Looks like a football team, probably middle school football team. Norwood schools always come out in large numbers. Some of the girls are squirting. They have squirt guns, and probably on a night like this, it probably feels pretty good.
And again, we have another gold sponsor, School Outfitters. There have been, down on Lexington Avenue, have been a long-time corporate member of the community.
Yeah, they not only provide like desks and things, they deliver seamless enterprise project services that you don't find anywhere else. And I bet they're very happy that COVID is hopefully on the downside and they can get back into school business.
We have a lot of enthusiastic children walking by. I'm sure they're involved in many different sports. On one group, I see the Norwood Little Indians football and cheer club. Norwood Little Indians is a peewee football and cheerleading organization for the Norwood School District, and it offers football for ages 5 to 11 and also in the 6th grade.
Always fun to see the little guys. That's a long way to walk.
And that one making all the noise is the Hamilton County Sheriff's entry.
Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town.
There
these
is
days.
a new sheriff in town.
And they provide auxiliary services. I think one of the sheriff's department is a school resource officer for us. So,
Well, I was going to say, I recognize the sheriff and the deputy in that one.
Norwood Soccer. Norwood Soccer was established in 1987, and they play in the Say East League for you under 8 to under 14. Whether you want to introduce your child the first year or whether you got an athlete that you want to have more practice, they're your people.
Thanks to another silver sponsor, HCDC. HCDC helps build businesses and promote job creation in three ways: business incubation, business lending, and economic development services. HCDC has nurtured over 300 resident companies, financed over $1 billion, that's with a B, in projects, and has helped attract and create tens of thousands of local jobs in Southwest Ohio. I think they're located down there on Minter Avenue, if I'm not
And
mistaken.
the old Foy paint factory.
That's
wasn't it?
right, Jane, yeah.
And another silver sponsor who won't brag on herself, but is Bob and Donna Lake. They have been sponsors of the parades for many years. So thank you, Donna. Thank you, your husband, Bob, for being a sponsor of the parade.
And we're happy to do so.
And the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association. They get together and they want to keep people engaged who had graduated from Norwood, and they are a philanthropic organization.
They have some fancy-looking convertibles out there.
They do Norwood High School student scholarships and teacher mini grants, and they sponsor athletic and mobile musical programs. You know, we didn't get to announce all the people in the Board of Health. I think I just want to go through and name them. Dr. Perino, Brian Williamson, Health Commissioner. Gina Croft, Public Health Nurse. Carolyn Rogshoe, Medical Assistant. Jean Tepe-Tolbert, Secretary. Sarah Moore, Sanitarian.
And another fine organization here in Norwood is the Norwood Moose Lodge.
And that's Glenn Reefley, I think, carrying the banner. He's the Grand Poobah this year. His wife Myra back on the truck of the pickup truck, on the bed of the pickup truck.
So we have both the Norwood Moose Lodge and the Women of the Moose, who do many, many things in the community. They give Tommy Moose dolls for the police and fire to give to children in distress, and also grant a scholarship to the graduating student who is senior at Norwood High School, who is a Norwood resident and their parent or guardian is a member of the Norwood Moose. They give financial assistance to knothole and softball teams and many, many other activities in the city. So we thank the Moose for their support of many organizations.
Now that's an unusual car.
On a night like this, gives you lots of air coming through.
And a little girl driver, too.
Yeah. And they're followed by New Bethel Baptist Church. They're located at 2400 Norwood Avenue, and their pastor is Ben Wilson. And they're sparkly.
They've got a vacation Bible school coming up August 1st through the 4th from 6 to 8:15 p.m. The theme this year is Mission Deep Sea.
Another sponsor, Pro Graphics. We appreciate the sponsorship.
McDonald's, my favorite place every morning. They know me. 2 large Diet Cokes with light ice. Hi, Donna. Hi, darling. This is the Kilroy family of McDonald's. They have a new rewards program now on their mobile app.
And McDonald's wants to thank all the healthcare heroes for their service during the pandemic and their continued commitment to serving our community. We have the American Heritage Girls organization. That's a Christian-centered character and leadership development program for girls from 5 to 18 years of age.
I see a couple of our members, businesswomen members in here in this organization. A lot of our members are involved in a lot of other things in the community. And they're followed by Norwood Boy Scout Troop 9 and Pack 99. Talk about a community organization, service organization. I've had these guys do some crazy stuff for me. And we've got somebody who's working on a
Eagle Scout?
Eagle Scout. Is that Ian? Is that you? You're carrying the flag. They've have a community presence for over 100 years.
And another diamond sponsor, Jeffrey Anderson Real Estate. They've certainly made a difference in the city of Norwood with Rookwood and all the development in that area, and we appreciate their support of the parade.
And they're followed by the Norwood Masonic Lodge number 576. They're located down on Hopkins and corner of Hopkins and Montgomery. They were chartered in 1895, and this year they're led by Worshipful Master Christopher Burton.
As they say, they're always striving to make good men better.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And another one of our fine churches, the Cameron Avenue Church of God. They're also having a vacation Bible school, August 11th through August 13th. You can sign up on their website or on their Facebook page.
And their slogan is, big enough to serve, small enough to care. And I think Carolyn Atwood Ayers is walking along. She's the pastor. And she's got lots of her kiddos and family members.
And lots of candy
Lots of
still.
candy.
Hard to get candy down at this end. And a new organization that's come into Norwood, the Dress for Success in Cincinnati. I remember I would see them downtown, and they've moved now out to Norwood where they're a lot more accessible to people. Dress for Success helps women find the right type of clothing so that they can strive to better themselves and be able to get better employment opportunities.
And it's an amazing, they have the ribbon cutting. The office is amazing. It's on Wesley, so back behind where FitWorks was. If you don't get a chance, stop by. I'm sure they'd love to have you there. They just help women get back into the workforce and get you help with interview skills and things like that.
And a really good thing that they have is their Portaluca dress shop. If you are looking for some designer clothes, some really high fashion, you can stop by there. They're also a gold sponsor of the parade, but the fashions they have there, which again is located on Wesley Avenue, you can come in and check out some really high fashion at a really reasonable price.
They have really good designer clothes. And all the money that they make from the Portaluca sales of clothes goes directly to Dress for Success. So the money is channeled right back into helping women do better in the workplace.
And one of our musical entries, the Star Strutters. They've been part of this parade for a good long time. Not the same girls because they grow and graduate, but they certainly have been an exciting part of the parade for many, many years.
They just got back from national competition in Daytona Beach, Florida. They said they brought home a first-place national win, 2 second-place national wins, and a third-place national win. And they're excited to finish out their season twirling in the Norwood Parade. Give them a big round of applause.
And they are coached by Crystal Driscoll. We appreciate all the work she does here. Well, that's some pretty fancy twirling. We now have another silver sponsor, Cincinnati Converter Prints Flexible Packaging for Forms, Fill, and Seal Equipment. I'm not sure I even know what all that is. But for over 40 years, they've been satisfying their customers' needs for quick turnaround, short-run, printed flexible package materials. Okay, that's what that is. Their clients include many of the most well-known food brands and pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies in the United States.
And along with them on that banner as a silver sponsor is Perry Contracting. They provide general construction services for office, retail, religious, medical, restaurants, and industrial. They are committed to outstanding workmanship, customer service, and value in every aspect of construction. Through strong leadership and collaboration, they work to exceed our clients' expectations on every project.
I believe what we're seeing now is the True Point Church, Pastor Jason King. They look like they're...
If I'm not mistaken, that's Andrew Clark underneath that superhero's outfit and his new son, who's gotten quite big.
Well, looks like we got quite a few heroes coming by on this float.
They have services at 10 and 6 p.m. on Sunday and at 6:30 on Thursdays. They have ministries for all ages and a heart to serve the community. And I think that's Andrew's wife and his daughter on the float. While we have a little bit of a break, we didn't get an opportunity to talk about the Board of Health. So the Board of Health is actually, the president of the Board of Health is Mayor Victor Schneider. But there are 5 members of the Board of Health: Mr. Gary Arthur, Kathy Hammond, Jesse Lane, Debbie Newton, and Mayor Schneider. So we thank them for their service. Most of those Board of Health members have been members for quite a while, and they have the heart of the community in their best interest.
We should mention, Donna, that you served at the health department as the health commissioner for many years, so I know you know personally the hard work that's put in both by the Board of Health and by the people who work there at the Norwood. There aren't many
They were handing these out tonight.
And there are not many local health departments anymore. In fact, how many are there, Donna?
Not too many, but and we need to make sure we keep our Norwood Health Department. Let's hear we need to keep our Norwood Health Department.
So we have...
This is Commonwealth Bank. They're one of our sponsors of the parade. They're silver sponsor. First Commonwealth Bank is your hometown bank located at 4730 Montgomery Road.
And in case you weren't aware, it is an election year in Norwood.
Really?
It is. Members of council and the president of council and the treasurer are up for election this year.
So this is James Bonsall. He has served on council for 3 terms. He's been chair of the finance committee, and he says he turned around a general fund with a large deficit to one with a multi-million-dollar cash balance. And as treasurer, James plans to maximize revenue for our city and aggressively pursue fraud. You can vote for James for treasurer on November the 3rd.
And here's Susan Hoover.
I was way out of line.
She is a candidate for Norwood Council at large. She's a 22-year resident who's raised her 3 sons here in South Norwood. If elected, Susan will be a member of council who will work to support fiscally responsible infrastructure development and create diversity and inclusion plan and increase community engagement.
And following Susan is Emily Franzen. On the committee to elect Emily. Emily is a Democratic candidate for Norwood City Council at large. She raises bees, and she is also the organizer of the Gem of the Highlands 5K. So that takes place on the first Saturday in November. It's always the coldest Saturday on record. Actually, last year was not too bad, but the year before it was quite chilly. But all the money that they raise from the Gem of the Highlands 5K goes right back into the city. They put that into parks and recreation. So
again, there are vaccines for the COVID-19 that are available every day or every weekday at the Norwood Health Department.
There's a sign out there that says by appointment or walk-in. So let's get this thing under control. Everybody get vaccinated. I don't want to put masks back on again.
If you haven't been vaccinated, it's really easy. You can walk in without an appointment, and you'll be keeping your friends, neighbors, and families safe.
And I just want to let you know what a fantastic job the health department did in terms of getting those COVID vaccines out. We went out to the medical community and vaccinated those folks who were in the medical offices, who were part of the 1A group. So they went out and vaccinated all of the medical people. And, I volunteered for them for a little bit, and people would say, oh my gosh, I have colleagues that are out in Kenwood. Can you go out and give them the shots? Well, we couldn't do it. It was only for Norwood. But that's the advantage of having a local health department. So I'm not there anymore, but I know the good work that they do. And so I just, want to, if people don't know, you might want to stop by and talk to them. You can get free lawn bags. You can go by the health department and pick up a couple bundles of lawn and leaf bags. You can get birth and death certificates there. It's a lot nicer, a lot faster than if you were down at Cincinnati. No disrespect to Cincinnati, but it's a lot smaller and just a lot friendlier environment there.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have a health department here in Norwood. There's so many services that we now are able to have, and we appreciate our healthcare heroes that work through there. I can't tell you how many nights those people are there working, not only with the COVID, but during other crises. They also work with
they inspect restaurants and swimming pools and stuff, and you don't know all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes because they prevent outbreaks from happening. So if you don't hear from them, it's not that they're not working. It's just that they're doing their job and keeping all of us safe.
Inspecting the water, and they give out a report every year. Right. So I think the parade started to catch up with us again, Donna, and we have another candidate for City Council, Candace Winterbauer, who is running for Ward 2 for Norwood City Council.
And we want to thank Tom and Mary Ann Williams, a gold sponsor, and they say the tradition continues from former Mayor Tom Williams and his wife Mary Ann, and we wish them both well. Hope that you're both in good health, and I know you'll continue to serve the city. So thank you.
And this is Community Missionary Baptist Church. They have a presentation by their GLOW, their GLOW team, and the GLOW Kids. The church is located at 4545 Forest Avenue. They say it's a place for everyone.
I invite you to come see what God is doing at a community. And they have a website if you're interested, www.cmbcohio.org. Hi, all these little kiddos. Look at them all in their doctor's outfits. Very cute.
Well, they're saying Jesus is the great physician.
Yep.
So another healthcare hero. It's always nice seeing children walking in the parade. I can remember some many years ago as a child walking in the parade.
We have silver sponsors, Xavier University and New Bethel Baptist Church. But Xavier was founded in 1831. It's a private coeducational university providing liberal arts education in the Catholic Jesuit tradition. Xavier offers over 90 undergraduate programs with 98% of students having a job or are accepted into grad school or volunteering within 6 months of graduation. Now that's a pretty good track record.
It is. And this is obviously an ecumenical banner that we're seeing because it also shares the banner with New Bethel Baptist Church. New Bethel's pastor is Pastor Ben Wilson, who invites you to join them each and every Sunday for a biblical relevant worship service that will encourage you and give you strength for the week ahead. Their worship service is at 11 a.m. on Sundays. They also have midweek Bible and prayer studies, which are Facebook only, which are held at Wednesday at noon.
Next, we have Norwood Together. Norwood Together is a grassroots nonprofit made up of local residents whose mission is to grow and build equitable economic and community development in Norwood.
I think we missed, though, the Norwood Public Library that came by before that.
So Norwood development projects include welcome bags for new residents, historic home tour, and Montgomery Road redevelopment plan. Hi, Mary C.
Now we have a silver sponsor, Great Oaks Career Campuses, which specialize in career and technical education for both high school students and adults. A lot of people don't know that adults are
Great adult classes out there.
They have 4 campuses, and helps Great Oaks help high school students prepare for careers in college, and adults get training and certification to begin a new career or advance on a current career. I know many of our police officers and our firefighters train through Great Oaks.
Yeah. And along with another silver sponsor is Negley Club and Islandor Funeral Home, located at 3900 Montgomery Road. They specialize in traditional and alternative services, cremation, and DNA profiling. And I know Bernie and Jackie and Tara will take good care of you down there. So thank you to our silver sponsors.
Now we have the Ashland Avenue Baptist Church. They honor the healthcare workers who sacrificed hours and personal safety to care for those fighting the COVID virus.
Look at those masks.
They're offering free hot dogs and hamburgers at their location, which is 4255 Ashland Avenue.
And their sign says, everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Next, we have a gold sponsor, Republic Bank. Republic Bank is located at 4030 Smith Road. It's a bank where everyone feels welcome, where life seems more agreeable and easier every day. We could use a lot of that now, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
Where you can find mortgages that fit your life, online banking that's easy to navigate, and mobile banking that's simple to use. It's a bank where people are actually happy to see you when you walk through the door.
And now another candidate for Norwood City Council, Don Bratton. Don is running for Ward 2. He's the owner of Elegant and Affordable Kitchen Design. He's a former Boy Scout master for Norwood Troop 9, who we saw earlier in the parade, and a parishioner at Holy Trinity. He's been a Norwood resident for 28 years. He's followed by a current council person, Chris Kelch. He's currently representing the 1st Ward and is running for re-election for that position. He's also served as the Parks, Recreation, and Public Spaces Committee Chair and looks forward to continuing updating our city's great parks. And another incumbent council member, Matthew Geraci. He is also running for re-election for council at large. Many of you have heard that name before. Remember his grandmother well, Helen Geraci, who served as president of council and is Ward 2. And Matthew is following in her footsteps. He's been on council for this past term and is looking to run for re-election in this November's election. And we have another gold sponsor, Courtyard by Marriott at Cincinnati Rookwood, which offers 123 spacious room, a high-tech go board, a sea bar and a bistro restaurant, and 3,000 square feet of meeting space with the ability to split into 2 board meetings.
It's a beautiful building over there if you get a chance to go over there.
Always constantly full, it seems to be.
That's what it seems like.
Next is Child Focus. They serve about 20,000 individuals by developing thriving kids, strong families, and successful adults. The Norwood office is right across the street from Surrey Square. Call today, 685-5040.
And they're in the green shirts are the Friends of Bridget Kelly. Bridget was a member of City Council and has now moved on to the state legislature. And I have particular thanks to Bridget Kelly for her sponsorship of the bill eliminating the pink tax.
Yes, and Bridget's always been a good friend to Norwood. She makes herself available and listens to anything that has to do with Norwood. She has been really a very good representative for us.
So we appreciate, even though Bridget is not representing the district that Norwood is in, she still remembers Norwood and is doing wonderful things up in Columbus.
There she is. I knew she was going to be around here somewhere. She's probably talking to somebody. Imagine that.
That's Bridget talking to someone. Who would ever think of that? And there's her beautiful mother in the car there, Martha.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Welcome, Bridget.
And you were talking about the Gem of the Highlands race. They're the next group that's coming through. Have you run in that club?
I don't run anymore. I walk in it. And walkers are welcome. They make everybody feel welcome. It's 3.2 miles. It's a 5K, 3.2 miles, mostly through South Norwood. It's not very hilly at all, so we have a lot of fun afterwards. They give out prizes, and I think this year they're going to have some beverages at the end. So.
Another gold sponsor is La Rosa's, located right across from City Hall. They continue to be our #1 family pizzeria and Greater Cincinnati's favorite Italian restaurant. And we thank the La Rosa's Norwood location particularly for providing pizzas that we all had tonight at the before the parade started. They provide pizzas for our distinguished guests and judges at the reviewing stand, and also for your humble announcers too. So
That's correct. We enjoyed it. Thank you.
now we have the Norwood Community Orchestra that was founded in 2015 by former string players from the Norwood High School. And they're composed of volunteer and amateur musicians from all over the Cincinnati area. You know, we've been fortunate to have a lot of community music groups. We have the Norwood Community Choir, and now we have the Norwood Community Orchestra. So pull out those old instruments you got in your basement and join them to play.
I'm telling you, there's a wonderful orchestra program at Norwood City Schools, and so when they got out, my son was part of it, both of my kids, but my son really enjoyed it. And he still plays his violin. He's out in Colorado, so he can't join them, but there are a lot of folks, they will welcome anybody of any ability. So you can be really good, or you can just be trying to learn an instrument, and they'll welcome you.
They meet on the first and third Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. at Vineyard Central, which is located on Mills Avenue. So you want to play or have played or will play, join the Norwood Community Orchestra.
I think we just passed the Glenda A. Smith Youth Sanctuary. They help children and families meet their maximum potential. We can always use that. Kids were impacted more by COVID than anybody, I think. They weren't able to socialize or go to school, and learning was hard online, and just socialization skills. So.
Well, and it's still going to be hard, unfortunately, since there's no vaccines for children under 12 approved at this point. Hopefully we will not have to be wearing masks in school, but you just never know.
So the Youth Sanctuary, again, helps children and families meet their maximum potential.
And our next gold sponsor is the Urology Group. That's one of the largest single specialty groups of urologists in the United States. It consists of more than 35 board-certified urologists with convenient neighborhood offices and state-of-the-art outpatient surgery center in Norwood. They offer their patients a comprehensive team of urologic healthcare providers. They provide complete urologic patient care, treating nearly any condition regarding the bladder, kidneys, prostate, and urinary tract. And Jane, they are celebrating their 25th anniversary this year.
Well, they've certainly been a good corporate citizen in Norwood, starting out over across the street from where we are, and then when they built their new facility, they wanted to stay in Norwood, so
Right.
we certainly appreciate that.
Beautiful building there on Joseph Sanker Boulevard.
And although it's not her election this year, we have Judge Marilyn Zayas, who made history in 2016 as the first Latina elected to the Ohio Court of Appeals. That's a hard position she has there. She was reelected in 2018 and is the most senior judge on the Court of Appeals. She wants to thank Norwood, who helped her make history. And here's a new thing that's come into the city of Norwood, the NORCOM. If you ever have a complaint or a question about the city of Norwood, there's a real easy place to do. Just call the NORCOM Center. It's Norwood's Information and Communications Center. Well, we have one of our diamond sponsors, Paycor. They've been here in Norwood for many years, and they've had over 30 years of payroll expertise. They truly offer payroll perfection.
You know, they brag about their flexibility and to be able to make real-time pay changes to powerful reports and analytics. They help grow businesses with their HR technology like employee benefits and payroll. And thank you, Paycor, for being a diamond sponsor.
We also have a candidate, Michael Taylor, for the school board.
You know, being on school board and council sometimes are thankless jobs, but we're so grateful that people step up and care enough about our kids to run for those positions.
And unfortunately, there is not going to be a Holy Trinity festival this year. So
Bummer.
Normally this weekend there would be a festival, but we still have wonderful representatives.
That is a very large stethoscope.
Well, those people there have big hearts, so you need a big stethoscope to be able to see that. So we have Holy Trinity Catholic Church, located up corner of Montgomery and Drex Avenue. Hopefully we'll have a festival next year, but unfortunately not this year. But they're all here to thank our hometown health heroes and to still be part of the parade. And a diamond sponsor, one of our favorites. Now, they've been a longtime supporter of the parade. It's not a real parade until we see the UDF cow.
UDF has been in Norwood for 81 years. That's hard to believe. Mr. Lindner started that here a long time ago.
Well, we certainly thank the Lindner family, Carl Lindner, Robert Lindner, and Richard Lindner, and their children and grandchildren that are still carrying on the Lindner family tradition and the UDF tradition.
And that peach ice cream is pretty good.
You know, I have a lot of people who tell me they can't find a UDF, and I'm saying, Norwood's got 4 of them.
Exactly. I know exactly where they are.
So we're always glad to have that.
Next is Norwood Historical Society. They've been around since 1950. This is a 1957 transit bus provided by Cincinnati Transit Historical Society. 60 years ago, this bus would have been driving through Norwood, and people would have been getting on and off.
I think I was on that bus once. Route 4, right.
Route 4, good. They take part in the Norwood Historic Home Tour in East Norwood. They actually help if you want to research your home, the history of your home. Susan Daniels will help you with that. They're on Facebook, or you can email them at norwoodhistory@hotmail.com.
And we've honored our Norwood firefighters and our police, but here is a group of men who certainly do a lot for the city of Norwood and really don't get honored very much. That's the Norwood Public Works. All of this are what we're sitting on and the streets being taken care of is all done by Norwood Public Works.
And then half an hour and 45 minutes after this parade, you won't know there was a parade because they'll be going around cleaning everything up, putting everything back. Is that Tony Pennington out there on a backhoe?
And I have to tell you, Donna, that they're looking really good because in this past year under Mayor Schneider, they've got some really fine new trucks.
God knows they needed it, that's for
Well,
sure.
I remember a truck they had where you actually put your foot through the floorboard.
And there was one that couldn't go in reverse for a while.
But they're now in these spiffy new trucks and taking care of the city. If you see a pothole, call the Click Fix and they'll be on the job right away.
They maintain our parks, they maintain streets, they do painting. All the banners that you see up, all the flags, the banners along Montgomery Road, they maintain all of that. You have something that's nasty in the middle of the road, they come and pick it up. They just do a multitude of things. Water, they maintain our water system, and that's pretty unusual. So thank you, Norwood Public Works.
And we're expecting you to have this all cleaned up in about 20 minutes or so.
It looks like Leo Osterday there, head of park crew. We got Auto Supply, or LFG Cincinnati. They do screen printing and e-commerce merchandise fulfillment. It's a local sports apparel brand. And they did our shirts, I think, for Norwood Businesswomen for Norwood Day. Thank you, OTO. LFG.
We've got Jordan Realtors, a longtime realty company, and riding in that truck is John Brown, who is a realtor. He's a retired Norwood police sergeant, and he's been selling Norwood homes since 1986. So it's good to see John.
I think he's accompanied by his 2 dogs, right? Too hot for him, okay. Next is Negley Club and Islandor Funeral Home. I think that's Tara and Jackie handing out candy.
And it looks, who's driving the hearse there? There again, another longtime supporter of the city, have taken care of Norwood families for many, many years. They say they're the last responders.
Ah, that's very good.
And Listerman Brewery. You know, again, before craft beer was a thing, we had Listerman Brewery up there on Dana Avenue.
You know what? I think Listerman Brewery taught all the other craft brewers in the Cincinnati area. They all started out there and learned from Listerman. And they have a place now, it's called the Trail House. It's just right up the street from Listerman, right on the corner of Montgomery Road and Dana.
Yeah, as they say, they're the OG beer manufacturer, beer distillers, I guess.
And it wouldn't be the Norwood Day Parade without the Statue of Liberty from Liberty Tax Service.
Now, that statue is kind of leaning back because we have too many low-hanging light bars going across, but the Statue of Liberty plus all the people dressed as that, plus a whole bunch of heroes out there.
There's Gina Pinto, the owner. They not only do tax service, but they do tax preparation for individuals and businesses, bookkeeping, payroll, and accounting, insurance, auto, health, life, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Oh, we got a dog that got loose.
Oh, and we have a dog on the run. Up. It looks like they found a home for the dog.
So Norwood Health Department, while they were walking along the parade, gave out these really nice fans that will fold up. They come in handy.
Well, we had a little bit of an incident, but the Norwood police officers have taken care of things, and all's good.
It's the advantage of having that bike patrol. They can be pretty mobile and get to things pretty quickly.
And now here come the Shriners. Even though the Shrine Children's Hospital has left the Cincinnati area, the Shriners are still a big part of the city and a big part in Norwood.
This is the Ladies Oriental Shrine, Bonacourt number 8. Look like you're having a good time out there, ladies. Thank you for all the work that you do. The Shriners are our heroes, too.
And as usual, the Norwood Chamber of Commerce would like to thank the Shriners for participating in the parade by making a donation to them and for the works that they do. So we will be having a special presentation. Mary Kuhn, whose husband was a longtime member of the Shriners, will be making a presentation.
I think she's going to be introducing the potentate, Randall Proctor, and David Main will represent Tim Kling and present the check.
Tony Boley is the potentate.
David Main.
How you doing, David?
Hey,
How you doing? Doing well.
we got a good crew out here tonight.
Yes, we do. We have quite a bit of crowd here. We got our board of directors here that's on the golf cart. This is our leadership as well as I am. That takes care of the Shriners at Cincinnati.
Well, we appreciate what you do. We appreciate your support for the parade, and we'd like to give you the check on behalf of the Norwood Chamber of Commerce.
Well, we do appreciate it as well. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the donation, and we will put it to a special cause. Thank you. And thank you, Mary, for all this. Thank you, Norwood.
Let's hear it for the Shriners.
They've been in existence since 1877, and they treat children with orthopedic conditions, burns, cleft lip, and cleft palate, up to their 18th birthday. And nobody, no matter what the ability to pay, they will take care of children. And if you're interested in becoming a Shriner, visit www.beashriner.com.
So we're going to see a whole bunch of interesting vehicles come by. The Shriners are always good with that. And a really interesting clowns coming by, too. A well-dressed clown. That's the fun thing about the Shriners. They have different sub-groups that drive mini cars and clowns, and the cars are always interesting to see which kind that you can come up with. And they even have their own
tow truck if they need to.
Their own tow truck if it's necessary, and unfortunately it looks like it was today. Got the Model Ts going around now.
Next are the Roadsters.
Those some fancy cars there.
I swear, sometimes I think I see people drive like that down Montgomery Road. I can't even imagine getting in and out of that car.
Well, I can imagine getting into it. I just wouldn't be able to get out of it. So nice to see so many of the Shriners.
After the Roadsters is the Corvettes. I work for these guys.
And I think there's some lining up down Montgomery Road ready to show off their prowess as driving coming down Montgomery Road at this time.
And now here come the Corvettes.
Then you have the pony race.
And next are the mini racers.
And then the Scentsy Drifters.
Well, there's my buddy Carl Idler, still driving like a crazy man. What are these?
Yeah,
What are
that's
these?
called Scentsy Drifters.
What are they?
Scentsy Drifters. Oh, Greg.
You know, Donna, over the years, we've seen many different kind of.
These are new, Scentsy Drifters. I don't remember seeing these in
No,
the past.
I was just going to say the ones coming up.
They're called Scentsy Drifters, I was told. They look like big wheels when the kids were small.
Yeah, the truth, they do look like big wheels.
Adult-sized big wheels. They look like they're having way too much fun.
Now remember, if you join the Shriners, you too can ride in some of these.
And I don't know what you call this little truck here. It's all by itself. I think that is so cute.
And this is just a really cute Shriners Hospital for Children Love to the Rescue. Their own little mini semi. We always appreciate the Shriners. Thank you so much. You are the highlight of the parade every year. Thank you.
And so now we're coming once again to the end of the parade. Our Norwood police officers are ending up, and you may see lots of cars following them, but they're not part of the parade. They're just people who want to drive on Montgomery Road. So we appreciate everybody who's participated in the parade, and we're ready to announce the judges' awards and the trophies to be given out.
So the first is,
Why don't we let the
we're going to wait till the-
sirens go by
Yeah.
so that everyone can hear us?
Thank you, Norwood Police Department, for providing the security all along the way and keeping everybody safe. Bike Patrol, you guys are amazing.
And we'd like to particularly thank Lieutenant Ron Murphy for being with us.
Yes.
He certainly has made it a wonderful parade.
Ron had a rough year, and we're so glad that he's back with us in the city of Norwood. So we do have the judge's decision. The Judge's Choice Trophy, which is first place overall award, goes to True Point Church. I think those were the ones with all the heroes.
I believe you're right. And the Carl H. Lindner Memorial Reward for the Best Civic Church or Nonprofit entry goes to New Bethel Baptist Church.
The President's Trophy for businesses of 100 plus employees goes to UDF and the UDF Cow.
Moo. And the Rick Detmer Trophy for the business entry of that has less than 100 employees is one of our newest people, Dress for Success.
Welcome, Dress for Success. That's nice. First place musical performance entry is the Norwood High School Marching Band.
And the best float, which not only gets a trophy, but gets an award of $500, goes to Holy Trinity Church.
With a very big stethoscope. And finally, the second place float, plus $250, goes to Community Missionary Baptist Church.
So we thank you all for turning out for the Norwood Day Parade. We remind you that tomorrow, July 28th, is Norwood Day at Coney Island. We invite everyone to come. We thank you for your attention, and it is so good to be back.
It is good to be back, and I want to thank Norwood Community Television for doing this live, and it'll be up on their YouTube channel. They're going to be out at Norwood Day at Coney tomorrow, so it takes a lot of volunteers, and Tyler and Mary and Steve, it went off without a hitch this year.
And
Thank
the
you.
headphones even worked this year.
They did.
So We appreciate everyone being here, and we're looking forward to next year for the 129th Norwood Day Parade. So this is Jane Grody.
And Donna Lake saying
Good
good
night.
night, everybody.